Hello, my adorable friends, and welcome to another math video. All right, so today, let me change my screen. We are going to be working in our Bridges student book. So before we get started, go ahead and hit pause, grab your student book. Make sure it says Bridges student book. Don't get the one that says number corner. That won't be the right book. Make sure it says Bridges up here, student book down here at the bottom. Grab your pencil. Come on back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you have your student book and your pencil. Before we get started here, though, we are going to do some counting practice today. It has been a long time, or at least it feels like it's been a long time, since we've done some counting practice. So, before we do anything in our book, let's take a look at our number line. I printed a number line so it was a little bit neater than the one I had written out. Hopefully that will make it a little easier for you to count along with me. But I guess you have to be able to see it all, right? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to count from 0 to 20 by ones, both up the number line like we're adding and down the number line like we're subtracting. Then we're going to count by twos from 0 to 50. We're going to practice counting by fives from 0 to 100, and then by tens from 0 to 100. I feel like we still can't see the whole thing. There we go. Mrs. Sae-Wong, get it together. All right. Now, this is the part where I have to keep saying it because most of you are doing this, but some of you are still forgetting. You need to count out loud with me at home. You need to say these things out loud with me at home. Just listening to me say the numbers will not help you learn. You have to count out loud with me at home. That is the only way your brain will remember how to count up and down the number line. I promise. Now, I know it might be a little weird, a little uncomfortable counting with the computer, but if you do it at home, if you practice it, you will be that much more ready for second grade. Okay? These are all things we need to know how to do. So make sure you are counting loud and proud. Ready? Starting at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Now we're going to go from 20 to 0 by counting down the number line. This is important to practice for when we're subtracting. So we're practicing what number comes before each number when we're subtracting or taking numbers away. Ready? So starting at 20, we go 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Did you count out loud with me? Or did you just get to 0 and go, oh my gosh, I forgot to count out loud? If you forgot, hit pause, rewind, count with me. If you were counting along with me though, awesome job. Let's keep moving forward. Now what we're going to do is we're going to practice counting by twos, where we skip every two numbers as we count from 0 to 50. Ready? Oh, and we're doing this, so we're practicing the pattern so that we start to recognize what that pattern looks like from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. Okie dokie. Ready? Counting by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. What was the pattern we noticed when we're counting by twos? What was that pattern? Oh my goodness, kiss your super smart brains. If you said the ones column always goes up by 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 0 or 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. That pattern holds true no matter where we are in the number line. So if you can remember that your ones place when we're counting by twos will go up by 2, 2, 4, 6. Now, it's not always going to be 2, 4, 6. We could say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 because they're still going up by twos. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? We just practiced the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 so our super smart brains can soak up that information. Okay? Now let's count by fives. We're going to go from 0 all the way to the 100. Ready? Starting at 0. 5, 10. Well, hold on. Why do we go from 5 to 10? 10 doesn't have a 5 in it. You're right. When we're counting by fives, we're counting in groups of 5. So starting at 0, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. Then going from 5 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We land at 10. That's why we go 5, 10, because it's groups of 5 when we're counting by 5. Okay? Let's start over. Ready? 5, 10, 15. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it 15 though? Well, if our last grouping of 5 stopped at 10, let's count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that landed us at 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, our next 5 lands us at 20. Got it? So going from 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Awesome. Okay, last thing we're doing today before we open up our student book and get our work done. So we're going to count by tens. Are you ready? So we're going to pretend our 0 is right up here. And we are going to count by tens. Starting at 0, count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Good. That means we were counting by tens. Each row represents 10 numbers. So there are 10 marks, just like a 10 frame when we're counting. That's why we can count 10, 20, 30, all the way down to 100. Thanks for counting with me. Thank you for warming up your super awesome math brains. Now, let's take out our student book. Let's make the camera bigger. Oh my goodness. Sorry for the wiggles and jiggles, friends. Here we go. So we're going to open up our Bridges student book. Make sure your cover looks exactly like mine. It says Bridges student book. It's white on top, green on bottom. Ready to rock and roll? Open on up to page 56. 5, 6. Okay. We are counting some pebbles and pine cones today. Remember yesterday we were talking about Hansel and Gretel and how they dropped breadcrumbs along their path so they could find their way home. Well, today we are going to practice dropping pine cones and pebbles to help us find our way down the path. I will give everybody just one more quick second to open up to page 56. All right, if you need more time, just hit pause. Join us when you're ready. But before we can do anything, first we have to stop and put our name at the top. I'm gonna put my name, you put your name. And we all know the date because we all watched Number Corner, which it is 4-13-21. All right, so number 1 says, for each path section below, fill in the blanks to show how many steps it takes to reach each pebble and each pine cone. Well, some of the numbers on our path are already filled in. Let's look at A. It starts at 0. It goes 5, 10, 15. How are we counting? What number are we skipping when we're counting? Well, let's look at our number line. We just practiced all our counting. And if we, oops, super shiny, sorry. It says we have 5, well, starting at 0. 5, 10, 15. What are we counting by? Oh my gosh, you got it. We're counting by 5s. So if our first path says 0, 5, 10, 15, what comes next? You're right, 20. If we're counting by 5s, from 15, we make that jump up to 20. So we're going to put a 20 right there on the line. Then from 20, we make the jump to 25. What comes next? Oh my gosh, super smart people shouting out at home. You're right, 30 comes next. So we have, starting at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now it's your turn to keep filling in the blanks on that first path, counting by 5s. Go ahead and hit pause. Turn off the light here, maybe that'll help not be so shiny. There we go. Hit pause, finish filling in all of the steps on this first path, and come back when you're ready. Okay, if you're back with me, that tells me you are all done with path A. So let's move on to path B. Uh-oh, path B doesn't have a number to start us at. But on the second box, it has 35, 40, 45. What are we counting by on this path? Oh my gosh, kiss your super smart brains for saying we're counting by 5s. Mwah, mwah, we are counting by 5s again. That looked like 4. Counting by 5s. So we have to figure out, though, what our first step is for this first pebble. Well, if our second step on our path is 35, what is 5 less than 35? So normally we're counting up, but if we're at 35 and we know we're 5 less, what's going to go in our first spot right here? How are we going to solve that? Oh, thank you, super smart people. You are right. We're going to count backwards down the number line. So we are going to count backwards 5 jumps so that we can figure out what is 5 less than 35. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where did we land at 5 less than 35? You got it. We landed at 30. I feel like we're getting the hang of this. So now that we have that first box filled out, I want you to hit pause, finish filling out the jumps on path B. You can use the number line if that's helpful for you. Hit pause, finish B, come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done with B. Let's look at C. Hey, so C, 60, blank, 70. Uh-oh. Then 70, blank, blank, 85, 90. Ooh, what do we think we're counting by on path B, or path C, excuse me? Hopefully you're all at home shouting out 5 again, because that would be the correct answer. What I want you to do, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. This one's trickier, so you're going to do this path on your own, and I want to see if you're getting the hang of adding by 5s, starting from any number, hiccup, on the number line. So go ahead and hit pause. Work on filling out all of the jumps on path C. I'm going to put our number line right here next to it so you can use that as a reference. But look, we have a pebble all the way up here that's 110. But our number line stops at 100. This is where I need you to turn on your super smart brains and show me that you understand the pattern of how to jump by 5s and what number changes when we're jumping by 5, whether it's 110 or just 10, okay? Show me that you get it. If this is tricky for you, or if you're stuck or you're frustrated, this is a great question to bring to our class meeting. Let me know if you're stuck, but I want you all to give this your best try so I can see if you're getting the hang of this. Hit pause, work on path C, and come back when you're ready. Okay. If you're back with me, that tells me you are all done with C, or you have absolutely done your best that you can do, and we'll talk about it if you have any questions. Finally, down here at the bottom, number 2, A, B, C, and D. This is going to be a challenge for you, and I want to see if we can do this with our super smart math brains. The instructions say count forward by 5s to fill in the missing numbers. So row A starts at 10. So you're going to jump up by 5 and fill in every box. Row B starts with 35. Same thing, you're going to jump up by 5. So this is the same as with our number line, but you're just filling in boxes. Now D is going to be our challenge. We only have one number, which means you have to count backwards by 5 to fill in each box, and you have to count forward 1 jump by 5. This is going to be your challenge. If you're at home and you're like, Mrs. Sae-Wong, I don't get it, I want you to hit pause, bring this question to our class meeting so we can talk about it. I'm not going to fill in anything on the bottom with you. I want you to show me if your super smart brains are figuring out and are able to jump by 5. I will leave our number lines here for you. Hit pause. Work on filling out these boxes. So 10, what's 5 more than 10? Then what's 5 more than that? Then we'll land at 25. What's 5 more than 25? Okay? I know this is a little bit hard. It's a little bit tricky, but that's what I want us to see is if you can do this without Mrs. Sae-Wong helping you fill out the boxes. Do your best. Forget the rest. Hit pause. Work on number 2 and come back when you're ready. Okay, my friends, if you're back with me, that tells me you have all of these boxes filled out to the best of your ability. If it's not perfect, if you feel like maybe you've made some mistakes, that's okay. We can talk about it. But when you're all done, send me a picture of page 56 in Seesaw so I can see your awesome math thinking. I can figure out if we're understanding how to skip count by 5, how to jump forward and backwards by 5, or if we need to spend some more time practicing this. Okay? And that's it today for math, my friends. Thanks for your hard work. Let me know if you have questions, and I will see you all later. Bye, friends.